It's time for a brand new SVU after show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. We are talking season 18, episode 8, Chasing Theo. Stick around.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello and welcome back to the SVU after show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. If you have not already, go to youtube.com/AFTERBUZZ-TV. Hit subscribe. We're also on iTunes and SoundCloud. I'm your host, Yael Tygiel. I'm so excited to be back. Thank you to everyone who sent the get wells last week. I did. Dancing it up is Jesse.
Hey guys, this is what I do in my house because my roommate plays this theme song all the time.
I like it. Now I'm gonna just like imagine you when I'm watching this episode.
Just
and
coming into the room.
Nice.
Yep.
And our guest Roya is here.
Hi everybody.
Hello, welcome.
It's been so long.
I know.
Before we jump into,
No.
Okay, calm down. You
Sorry.
two. Before we jump into Chasing Theo, so good, it's so good. I want to remind everyone a few things. One, we have a hotline for you if you need it. It is the RAIN hotline, the Rape, Abuse, Incest National Network. It is 1-800-656-4673, 1-800-656-4673. It turns out it is available 24 hours a day.
And you can just Google RAIN and they have an online anonymous chat.
Oh, awesome.
Did you say Google rape?
RAIN.
Okay.
But
Heard that
I'm
wrong.
sure if you Google that too, it would come up.
So the reason we give you this hotline is in case you need it, in case you're in a situation. Although if you have a child missing, 911 is the number you need. But before we jump into the episode, we'd like to remind you that this episode, I'm going to make some awful comments because that's what we do.
There's a lot of effery.
Yeah. So if this is your content warning, if you can't handle things that we're going to say, then I suggest this show isn't for you.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into the main plot of our story. Theo goes missing because Theo's mom...
I wish I could have watched this with you guys. Or I wish we could have live streamed our reaction watching the show because it was just from the beginning to the end. There were just little Easter eggs everywhere that were just perfect for my Canadian lifestyle. Like I
What
could
do
have
you
written
mean?
a whole
What do you mean?
like just the whole beginning part of it. It was just so awkward. The mother's connection with Theo, and then when she had the party over and her being more concerned that there's like, first of all, like if you're, I don't know, like wouldn't you clean up a little bit of like some of the paraphernalia at some point?
My roommate went, you called the police and didn't clean up?
Or like maybe the bongs be out, but like the hard
coke,
drugs.
the
like,
coke. Clean up the coke.
And I like when Kat, the friend.
Yes.
The friend.
Nadine's friend who spent the night.
We're friends. Came out and they were like looking for Theo and Nadine's like, "Where's Theo? Where's Theo?" Huh? Like, I don't know if she's supposed to be still hungover, but you would think even as a hungover and when you've already checked in on the kid at 2 a.m. that he was there and he was alive, then you would have a better reaction of who he was. You know what I mean? Not be,
The part that real bugged me is they had bongs and a hookah. That seems really excessive for your lungs. Like, okay, smoke some pot.
See,
Both?
I was a little disappointed with something else, though.
Both at once? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes?
No, that's... I mean, go
like
for
okay,
it.
so for me, growing up with Native Americans, like it's a continuous smoke cycle. Like so, it's just like you would hit the bong to get high,
Right.
and then because it's like for me, I like a nice blunt because it's like a long period of time you get to keep on the act of smoking. So with the bong, it's only one hit, right?
Yeah.
So then you would do the hookah to continuously be smoking after the fact. Because hookah doesn't get you high.
No, I'm aware.
You're not happy with the way you look.
I don't know what that was. But,
I thought it was the more you know.
I also
Then
thought
we
that was
took
going.
left.
Yeah. No, I understand.
Said on the soundboard.
That was not the more you know.
That was Theo's lost sister. So.
As a Middle Easterner, I understand how hookah
okay.
works. You had something you'd like to say?
I was a little disappointed. I thought when the mother came out of the bedroom that more people would come out of the bedroom too, but it was just that damn cat girl. So I just spotted everywhere right there.
I'm with you. I also expected her to have more people in that room.
Well, I mean, and then they were like this was like this wild party. I'm like, it couldn't have been that wild if everyone was gone by 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you checked on the child.
Yeah.
You didn't want to clean up anything. Like first of all, like that's dirty. Like,
I think she was lying about the numbers because really we only saw 3 people walk in.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, this is perfect.
You're not that cool.
Yeah, no, so the whole promo before this episode was this, like, I thought she was a hooker. I thought, like, she ran a brothel. I was so disappointed that she was, like, classy and, like, rich.
Just like a lost lesbian mom. Like, just...
Right. So I loved this reveal that she's a lesbian. That, like, that was a twist.
It was a good, it was a
Was it a
authentic,
twist, though?
well, for me, it was an authentic, like, storyline. For me, like, sometimes we, like, look at the characters and we're like, I don't even believe that this situation would happen. But, like, I know so many lesbians who do get into this exact situation.
Where their kid gets kidnapped by a nanny?
No.
Exact situation.
The exact situation, and like the two women, they get into a relationship really quickly. They tie the knot. They have a child.
Because there's the lesbian
U-Haul.
timeline.
What?
Yeah. And the U-Haul, right? So,
Yeah.
but then they'll have a child, and then it's like this big custody thing, and then it's like, but sometimes one of them will just be like, all right, yeah, you're right, that's your, like, what? So it was, I appreciate that they did show that.
Yeah.
I appreciated how both mothers' characters were, because I felt like these are two genuine people in this world.
Absolutely.
I liked that.
I think
Where last week's episode, I could not. Me and Lauren tried so hard.
because there's no way everyone was in love with that girl. Sorry, she was definitely not the girl that everyone's in love with. It's my opinion.
Sorry. I wanted to know that too. So.
I said it in the chat. So, no, we have Nadine, the mom, who, like, is the one who's in charge of Theo and seems to think she's better for him.
She has issues because every comment that was directed towards her, oh, you're going to judge me. Oh, you think I'm a bad mother.
Yeah.
That felt so real to me.
No, for real.
Yeah.
And then when she was like, well, you know what? I was proud of her that she even opened up and she was like, well, you know what? I think the real reason is I thought that he would like her more than me.
Yeah.
That was a good line.
That's an open and honest, and I'm proud that we have developed ourselves there to speak on that. But I feel like you've known this for a while, and I need you to be an adult.
Yeah.
And
well, she was not the not the adult.
I mean, clearly, yeah.
Yeah. The adult did the right thing and kidnapped the child.
Okay, so where you go? I was totally team her.
Team Gloria?
Gloria at the end, like, just like, oh, how... I'm actually really irritated with SVU this one episode because I'm like, I really wanted to see, like, I wanted the kid to testify and really tell us why.
Well, because we have, so we meet Fran, the ex, who seems like a great mother but is a workaholic, and didn't ask for custody, and she explains why, and I think her reasoning is kind of fair. Like, I assumed we'd be together, and there was no time. It didn't matter.
She's also a little too, like, analytical with everything. Like, it's almost like everything's too cool. Like, it's like your child's missing.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, honey, we have to, like, it's like, girl, have some sort of emotion.
No, in that relationship, somebody had to be the adult.
Very true, very true. But that's like a horrible toxic relationship.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
yeah.
one person is ready for a relationship and the other is not. That was a life lesson for you guys on SVU.
Roya?
I described their characters. Francine was definitely a little puppy dog where if someone told her to sit, she would sit. Benson would be like, sit, calm.
Yep.
Sit, calm.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, like, did it like 3 times. And then Nadine, I wrote down as a crazy ass bitch. U-Haul style. So
U-Haul style.
Yeah. So those are the 2 personalities I wrote down. Yeah, I couldn't. Nadine's definitely that friend where everyone has one of these friends where you have a drinking game where depending on how they act, like if they say a line that you're so used to, Nadine's that person. I swear this entire episode you can make it into a drinking game or whatever game you want.
Yeah.
Where when she starts making it all about her.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna judge me.
Yeah.
Again, you know, so
He wouldn't like me. He would like her more. Like, girl, this is not a pageant. It's
Yeah.
your child.
So Gloria, our nanny, who is the mastermind of the kidnapping.
So wait, but where were you guys before we even got there? Did you suspect her at all?
Well,
at any point?
yes, because we knew it wasn't going to, like, we knew it wasn't going to be all the things that we went through.
Yeah, that random guy.
The random guy she used
The bad boy?
The bad boy. Who cares what his name was?
who hangs out with
Who
all British
jumped out
people?
of a window like just because of a guy? Like, why are you? Okay.
Yeah, no, I was not.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, as the episode went going, like, I kind of just assumed because she got her background checked, she was fine.
Yeah.
She was approved, and they kind of skimmed over it. But there was a couple of lines that they kept repeating, like, someone you owe money to. They said that, like, 3 times to the mom. And I was like, well, in the beginning of the episode, she kept telling, like, her nanny that, you know, oh, I don't have money on me right now. So sorry. And I was like, all right. Well, maybe that was, like, a little plug-in.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be more related to her as a person Nadine was this, like, she was this big person, and she felt very social, and she had a lot of people in her life, so I expected something related to her to happen.
Yeah, they, like, the end was just so, like, okay, we're gonna wrap it up right here, and you guys are all gonna assume that it's gonna end in that way, like this fairy tale way, and I just was like, you can't have that moment where the boy is running to Gloria like, no, and not explain that. Like, what was she doing to this child?
Well, I think it became clear that she was the mother.
Yeah.
She took care of this kid, and I went to go. She deserves custody.
No, and but I genuinely wanted that.
Yeah.
And so, like, in real life, that never could happen.
Did I miss out on something as a kid where, you know, they sing you bedtime lullabies and all that? You know how she was tucking him in? She was singing that, like, don't let the bed bugs bite. Is that a song that I just missed out on? Or
If someone would be like, why are you speaking about that?
No, but last night I did realize, now that I am an adult who knows what bed bugs are, I can't stand that saying anymore.
Yeah.
It, like, makes me very uncomfortable.
I'd be like, well, I don't want to sleep here.
they're my
Bed
friends,
bugs?
guys.
The other hilarious thing from this episode for me was when Theo was kidnapped or played the game and got in the carpet. I just thought it was so funny when they had both the moms down at the precinct where they were like showing them the picture of the guy in the truck with the rolled up carpet. And they would be like, oh, we found this picture. And the first mom was like, oh my God, like, New York City, like, nobody's out on the street at 4 o'clock. And everybody's like, actually, it is. Don't let your brain go there. Then why are you showing this picture? Then they go to the other mom and they're like, we found this picture. Oh my God, are you saying he's wrapped up in it? No, what? We're not saying that at all.
Yes, I'm with you. That was so funny.
I rewound it because I was just like, why are you guys showing them this? And then instantly like, no, don't think that.
He's clearly in this rug, but we don't want you to think it.
By the way, the guy carrying the rug, impressive, right? To hold this long-ass rug with a child in it, and the kid not moving, like, to get, and he's opening the door, too.
Yeah, that was impressive.
I mean, I know kids are light, but damn, that's pretty.
Kids are heavy.
Yeah, Theo was
He was
well
like
built.
8, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Heavy. There was a question. I'm trying to slowly keep a small eye on the chat. There was a question to explain U-Haul to people.
Oh, was there? What does that mean?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, you want me? It's sorry. So lesbian couples, they, you know, rush into things, and there's a joke that you park their U-Haul. So what are U-Hauls for? Moving your stuff. So they have it in the driveway usually. So they're very quick to move on, like what Jesse was saying about.
There is a
quick relationships move really quick. Like day 2, you're like, I love you, let's move in.
Divorce.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Shit.
There's a stereotype that lesbians have quick relationships that go from dating to marriage to divorce. Thank you. Everyone wants to talk about Tucson, so I guess we'll have to. Tucson is officially
so
over.
it.
Well, good. So is Benson.
And I'm proud of her.
There's a lot of controversy.
I'm just like, it's one of those things. It's just been dragging for too long. I'm overhearing the shtick of it. Like, I'd rather, what's the one that you taught me last week?
Barisi?
I'd rather that. I would rather that be a real thing than Tucson. I can't.
Yeah, Barisi everyone wants. But no, so here there's a big, apparently everyone is on one side or the other. A lot of people are heartbroken because it shows us that in 2017 a woman can't have it all. She can't have a job and a partner and a child, which I think that's a huge point to point out, that like Benson, Benson through the whole time, this whole show has been a story arc about a woman who doesn't have a personal life because she's so into the job, and now they're like, they let her have a child and do the job, and it's so hard for her, and now she had a partner. I see why people are upset.
But he's not a partner, because I feel like a partner would support your decision in doing things, not try to force you to live their life. And that's what I did. That was my moment, I think, where I was just like, okay, guys, like, I'm done. Like, it's been too much back and forth. Like, she's drinking wine. Like, it's getting out of hand, guys.
You don't think the fact that they've never kissed?
We have? No, we've seen
never
it.
seen them kiss.
They've kissed, like, poop, like outside a bar. Like, I've seen them kiss.
I don't think they've kissed on the lips. I'm taking it to the chat.
Like,
I don't think we've seen them kiss on the lips, or in fact, like kiss open mouth.
I didn't
kiss.
have that.
They didn't have
No,
chemistry.
there's no open mouth. I know
Yeah.
that for sure.
I was cool with. I
don't
think
really
I
wanna
came
see
to.
He just gave her a kiss on the forehead when he left.
Yeah, I think I came to the a realization of like there is no chemistry here. Like, please let's just wipe this clean so that she can be open to it. Because I feel like now they could make something random come in. Because isn't that like what kind of
Roya?
You don't want that.
I'm just so fed up with the Benson storyline of her. Let's find her a love.
child.
Like, Stabler's not going to happen. Like, let's
duh.
rip our heart out with that some more. Now she's solo. She keeps going back and forth with these other people. And it's just like, come on.
Jay Ruiz in the chat says they never
Sorry,
made
I
out.
didn't
Kendall in the chat says I'm pretty sure they kissed in the last season finale.
Thank
Question
you.
mark. Question mark.
I will take the question mark.
I'm
that means I'm dreaming about them kissing and I need help.
all right.
That's the case.
When they
am trying
first
to
started, they felt like we were really excited about it because it felt like it was building. And then once they were together, there was no chemistry. And then when
The whole townhouse thing too kind of revamped it for me personally. Like
Yeah.
it was like, okay, like he's coming back, he's being kind of daddy,
Yeah.
like taking care of her and whatnot. And then this was just like, stop forcing me. Like, stop forcing this situation. You want to retire? That's good for you. Or was that last week when they had that conversation?
last week was retirement.
Yeah, so it's like, if that's what you want to do, fine. But don't put the pressures on me or what I want to do. Because I think she can have it all.
So, sorry, I'm being corrected by the chat that they did kiss.
Open
but-
mouth.
No, it was a
no.
chaste kiss. But Anne Marie says, I've kissed my mother with more passion than they have.
Oh.
Yeah.
You must be
Who
Italian.
hasn't? No, like, I agree. I think that their physical affections have never been, there's no chemistry there. And so...
There's no lust even.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like...
which makes me sad because we really like them. Also, if you watch old episodes with Tucker and like remember how he used to have he used to be out for SVU. We never explained this switch where he went from I'm gonna take SVU down to I'm gonna date Benson.
Well,
just
we never
wanted to
get
get into-
those explanations.
Right.
He just wanted to get into Benson's pants, and then it worked. So
Okay.
that's why it switched. Just
Yeah,
saying.
sure.
I'm just saying.
Sure.
But can I explain why I enjoy them as a couple?
Sure.
Just because the whole... Yeah, I'm tired of Benson going back and forth with
No,
new
this
romantic...
isn't the show for me.
Damn it.
You have 1 minute. Go.
Okay, so I liked because he was all about work before his whole retirement comment.
Mm-hmm.
She was all about work. They were working people, and I thought that was the great balance between
Yeah.
them. And he understood what she was going through, where he even made a comment in this episode, you just shot someone in the head
Yeah.
last week. Are you okay? And she kind of forgot about it, but then remembered. Those little details or something, that's the kind of guy she needs, someone that understands the job.
A partnership. Yeah.
Yes, and that's why I like them together. And then when they mentioned the whole retirement thing, I was like, it's done. He's gone because she doesn't want that. He looks like a coward to her. So.
No, but him retiring, I think would work great for their relationship because somebody's got to watch that kid.
Right.
Yes.
Apparently,
Who does?
apparently she doesn't. So when he's up on the counter and then she
Gloria's
yells at him,
not for hire
yeah.
either.
And she takes him down and yells at him for not asking. I was like, girl, he got up and said, can I have one? He asked you. What you're mad about is that he climbed up,
Right.
not that he didn't ask you. You're teaching this kid wrong. He's going to keep climbing up stuff and falling.
I mean, I'm really impressed he climbed up that counter
Yeah.
to begin with. I'm like, it takes me a while to get up on a counter. I'm taller than him, so, I mean, that might be other issues, but still, that's impressive.
Yeah, you said that as soon as he was up there, you knew it was over.
Oh, yeah, because she was on the phone with Tucker, and then she looked away, and then when she saw him up there, I saw her realize I was paying attention to
Something else.
Ed more than I was to my son. And the whole time I was watching that, every time I see him, by the way, the kid, I'm always like, Yael's hoping he falls off. Yael's hoping
Yes.
he chokes on a cookie,
Yep.
something,
Jokes on a
Hate that kid. But the great moment is when the kid calls him Tucker.
Yeah.
The kid called him Tucker.
Did he say goodbye, Tucker, or did he say bye, Tucker?
He said bye or good night or whatever. I don't know. I don't listen when the kid speaks,
like,
but he did say
yeah.
Tucker, and I went, what?
Which was a great voiceover, by the way. They totally re-recorded that. You could hear it. It's like, huh. The kid
Kid's not
definitely didn't say
speaking.
that.
And the other relationship they're building. All right.
I like this one better than that one.
You like Rolisi,
Yeah.
Rollins, and Carisi. Look, when she was pregnant, we talked about this on the show. The producers said, because Kelly, the actress, was pregnant, so they gave the character a pregnancy, and they said to her, you can choose who the father is, and they gave her some options, and she specifically chose not to make Nick the father because, one, he already has 2 kids from 2 different mamas, and 2, like, we don't need another workplace romance.
That's the only one that, like, I genuinely would be like, it makes sense to me.
What, Nick and her?
Yeah.
Yeah, that does make sense. Although I prefer Donald Logue, so I'm good with it. Okay. But the idea after she came back with the baby was, I remember reading an article where she said that Carisi is like, he's like a brother to her. And I feel like they're trying to switch from family to not. And I don't like it.
Why I can accept it is because I feel like in this type of situation, she's just been through so much. And I really don't know who she has, you know what I mean, other than her work team. So to me, she is the type of person, for her life to really hit that positive arc, she would need somebody from that. You know what I mean? That safety, that man that's going to take care of that. And I feel like who really would be better than him? Like, he just...
Donald Logue.
Okay, well, I think that's who you...
Yeah.
But then you take him,
Declan
girl. We'll write
Murphy.
we'll write
Yeah.
you in on the show. But he's not there for her, you know what I mean? Like, and so I just feel like I wouldn't mind the brother thing to switch into, like, well, maybe we thought it was this, but actually that. Where Liv, I want it to be something like marry a milkman or something, like somebody who can handle you doing what you do. Like, or a boxer, or like something like someone tough, strong, who can, you know what I mean, just handle Liv and let her do her thing.
Sadia in the chat says, ew, no Ralisi, that's disgusting. Anne Marie says, she also says they're 2 brother and sister. People are not very happy with the Ralisi. I support it. I don't.
I just don't like...
Carisi's busy with Barba.
Yeah, that's true. I don't like how
Unless that's really going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
I just don't like how we have 2 of the same storylines going on right now. 2 single parents trying to find love / keep the job in hand. Why?
Because they're
That's
making
why I like
Rollins the new
Tucker.
Benson.
No, you
Yeah.
cannot. I'm not going to go on my rant. But would you continue to really watch the show? Like, I just couldn't take it serious.
There is no show without Mariska.
I mean,
yeah.
Is there or isn't there? Like, really? I don't personally think they just need to. If that's the case, like, you know what? We had a great run.
I'm only okay with it if she takes a Kragan role, because like she's the captain now, right? She's in charge. She's the lieutenant, but she's in charge. She's running the team. And if Kragan was still there, he wouldn't be going to the sites. He wouldn't be interviewing the people.
It would just be those little moments.
And I'd be okay with Mariska taking that role and like taking a step back, as long as she's still there to yell at Barba and make those fights, but she doesn't have to be the lead detective.
Okay, I could take it like that. But if she completely walks
She
from the
retires.
show, yeah, like it's
happening.
just
Yeah.
we would need like an SVU revamp of like all young hot kids.
It's like One Tree Hill.
Right.
6 years later.
I'm out.
Come back.
I'm out.
What was I saying? Oh, Benson. I'm sorry. I got started thinking about her and somebody else. The guy from Chicago PD.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think he would
I would love that, actually.
Because that's more crossover opportunities.
Yes,
more
I've
money.
tried.
Like she moves to Chicago.
No, I mean, they'll keep long distance. I think that's what she needs is a long distance.
Oh, yeah.
Because
He just
clearly
comes
she
into
doesn't.
town,
Yeah.
parks that fire truck, and
Chicago
no, that's-
PD.
sorry, yeah.
Girl. You're
Squad
thinking
car.
of Lieutenant Voight.
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, they're both lieutenants. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
So
moment for that
I got, like last year, I think we got a chance to interview him, and I asked him, and he was not a fan of this. Well, I mean, I asked him if they were going to happen. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh. So that means yes? I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
probably. I think that would be really great, especially when they talk, when they do interact. We feel the.
Like, that's the man you're kind of describing in a way, right? Like, the
Yeah.
man's man.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, he could
Manly
take
man,
her.
yeah.
Oh, could he?
He could take me. Thank you. Awesome. I want to thank everybody so much for joining us. We're not done yet, but I want to say we love this show clearly a lot. So we work really hard to talk about it. We go above and beyond. We do our research for you. We love SVU. And we ask you to do a very simple thing. Go to iTunes, subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. We're also on YouTube and SoundCloud. Subscribe there. YouTube. And if you're on iTunes, rate and review. If you like us, you can give us 5 stars. If you don't like us, you can give us 4 stars. The other stars, they don't work. Don't bother. But we got a comment, not a review, but a comment, that sometimes someone feels like we like every episode. And I would like to say, refer to the last 2.
Yeah, because we definitely did not like last week's episode.
Or the one before. I was like, this one's dumb. Pretty sure I said that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, no, I think we boldly say when we hate an episode. And then we probably make even more inappropriate jokes when that's the case.
I mean, this episode, the storyline was, the plot itself
was entertaining.
It was entertaining, but the plot was dumb.
Yeah.
Yes? Did you have something on Ed?
Little boy, his obsession with goats. Where did that come from?
That was just at the end where she's like, I was going to take him to my village, blah, blah. And there are goats?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I just saw my notes and I'm like, I forgot to ask, because I looked at his room. There's no pictures of goats anywhere. No animal of a goat. So why does he have
Because she said they were going to go to a farm.
And there were goats
And there were goats there. There was a long pause, it was I have to finish my line.
And goats.
Any other animal would have been just fine for this kid.
Yeah.
Dogs. There'll be dogs there. Doggies,
Yeah.
But a
Or
goat.
squirrels,
A Mexican goat.
All right, so we have some stats that Roya wants to share with us.
Yeah, so I just, wanted to look up, see what countries are, the most popular place to get kidnapped from. So if you wanted to know.
On our show, we like to bring you information, right? That's one of the things we do on this show is if the story is ripped from the headline, we try to bring you that headline and tell you that story. But also, if the story is dumb, we try to give you dumb information.
So, there's, Mexico.
This article is from 2015.
Yes.
I just want people to know this is a recent article and not from 1975.
Yeah.
Go on.
So the whole article is, 2015, like you mentioned. In Mexico, it's the #1 place. Shocker. Not shocker, but note-wise. 1,500 in 2013. And they said that 99% are not...
1,500 in 2013 what?
In that year, there was
People
reported.
kidnapped?
Yeah, reported. And then there's 99% not reported. So it's unreported. So I don't know how they got that stat.
99% not reported?
Yeah.
So 1,500 were reported.
That's 1%?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know, that's what it said. I'm like, that's
crazy.
really
where's
not...
I'm sorry, what is this article?
Where are the people in Mexico right now? They're all gone. No one knows.
Roya found this article on The Onion, it seems.
Thrillist.
Facebook.
And then it tells you how not to get kidnapped.
Oh, great.
So...
You got some
What's
tips?
their
Yeah.
advice?
So...
Don't go.
Don't go with you.
Avoid it. So stick to resorts if you're in Mexico and beaches and whatever city you're visiting.
This seems like we're getting real offensive. I'm going to say this right now. We make a lot of offensive jokes here. I'd like to nip this in the bud.
Donkey shows. Donkey shows is where they get you.
And Roya took it too far. Thank you, Roya, for joining us today. I have other news to share. Okay. She'll tweet out that link if you want to read it.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Thank you. The 400th episode is on its way.
Crazy.
This show is amazing. There was a recent
Is that
celebration.
more than The Simpsons?
No. They've been on for 20-something years. So SVU had a celebration for the 400th episode, and basically all of the interviews that are out now are Kelly Giddish and Ice-T talking about how great Mariska is. We're celebrating our 400th episode. Mariska really is the heart and soul. Mariska is the reason the show's going. And it's yeah, she's the only original cast member still there.
I mean, she's why we care.
Yeah.
When Ice is making his little serious comments, it's oh, that's cute, good for you, I'm glad you got this gig. When Roland's running around, it's just oh. Carisi, it's just oh, I hope you win.
Adorable.
Where's Liv?
Yeah.
Busting through the door is what? Where are the babies? She's the queen.
She's the queen. So we're heading towards episode 400. I hope they don't do what...
Did they give a spoiler what it could be?
No. I just really hope they don't do what they did with episode 350, which is where they did that flashback to things that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna go back and use old storylines and old footage, use what's available. You have 400 episodes. Make something up. Like
Literally pull it.
Yeah, there was one that they took. I remember there was like a scene where Cragen comes in and it's like 6 a.m. and he says to Benson, you know, how'd you do? And she goes, 9 hours, but we cracked him. And he's like, oh, you want some coffee? And she's like, I'd love some eggs. And he was like, what? And she's like, sorry, long night. Like that was a cute scene that happened in an old episode. That scene was then applied to, I think it was episode, I want to say it was either 200 or 350 or 3. It was one of the special numbers where they applied that snippet of scene to the storyline with, what is that actor's name? I'm forgetting it. People are saying it's 375. That's the episode that I'm thinking of.
Girl, you lie. I'm not.
Anyway, it was when they had, I forget the actor's name. It was a special guest star, and it was the one where he had confessed, and then they argued that he didn't actually do it. I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm so disappointed in myself. It's gonna come to me.
Not from Drew Carey show.
No.
No.
Okay. Anyway, kills me. All right, the other news that I have is Olympian Lori Hernandez, who also just won Dancing with the Stars.
Oh.
Yeah. She's really adorable. She's a gymnast. She smiles a lot. She's super cute. She was on The Ellen Show. And on Ellen, she talked about how much she loves SVU.
Oh, God, I thought this was going to take a really dark turn. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I did. I was like, did she get kidnapped? Is her child okay?
Yeah. She was on the Ellen, and she's a big fan of SVU. And so Mariska and Ice sent her a video, surprise, saying that they're fans of hers and that she's invited to be on the show. So Lori Hernandez, Olympian and Dancing with the Stars winner, may guest star on the show.
That's my goal, is to guest star in SVU. I think that is actually like
Everyone's goal?
I think a personal one, like in my top 5 things I need to do in life.
What kind of victim would you want to be if you're guest starring? Would
Who
you be
says
the
he's the
victim, or would you be
victim?
the criminal?
I would want to be the victim because I would want to work with.
Tom Sizemore. Sorry, I got it.
I was gonna kill her because she had literally. I've never seen Yael have a quiet moment on the show. She hates dead air, but she really allowed dead air to happen.
Guest star Tom Sizemore.
Oh, yeah, I could have told you that.
Shut up.
I was thinking, why didn't you just allude to that? I would have just told you. Yeah.
Sorry, go on. What would you want to be?
I think I would want to be the victim because I would want to work with.
A live victim? You don't want to be a live victim?
I want to be a live victim. I would want to be like in there, like, I don't know, like it was just really hard for me. And Liv would be like, it's okay, you can tell me.
See, I'd want to be the perp who's also a victim, where it's like, I did this because of what my mother did to me. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
a good one.
because then it's like the perp, but also.
But I would want like a hot scene with Barbara.
Oh yeah,
like
where he interrogates
me. Yeah, but then I'm the one that like reveals that he's actually a gay character.
Oh my God, can we get there?
It would be my character. These are my goals in my head. I'm
awesome.
writing them down now, so they come into fruition. I'll put them on my vision board.
Roya?
I think I would want to be the guest lawyer.
Ooh.
Objection!
Because then I can have
down.
a reoccurring role, guys.
That's
just
true.
saying.
She thought this through.
Yeah.
But even if I come as that, I could come back in a season from now.
Yeah, we've had victims.
Then I will be your lawyer.
For sure, we've recently had a lot of victims come back.
As totally different people.
Or as victims, the same victim.
Yeah.
We've had that too, which is a new thing they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Why have they not been killing the victims? Like, I'm sorry, but I feel like it's been a really long time.
It really.
Since a child that's been abducted, sounds so bad, has been killed, and or the victim of a raping has been killed. Sorry.
I want to say, really, you gotta. Am I bugging to go back to the first episode of last season when they were at the pier that time and the body had washed up? Am I bugging? Was that the last
Dead body?
Well, no, the last death victim.
I doubt it. I can't think of the recent episodes.
Because this one thing we have been saying a lot is that this season has been more like they've all been kind of the same. Like it's kind of like, okay, we're gonna get a child right, we're gonna get a high school thing, like spice it up.
Yeah, like when that guy got shot in the head last week, I was like, whoa, what is this? What are we watching?
I actually last week had they killed Carisi. As sad as I would have been because I love him.
New levels, SVU.
I would have been like, whoa, dark. Yeah.
Who could they kill off that we would be okay with?
No one.
Even Ice? Like, I hate to say that.
No, we need him because he's got to say his like.
Well, and we also need a little diversity on the team too, 'cause let's face it, SVU, y'all.
What, Barba's Latino? Okay. I think
Yeah, me
because
too.
we've been complaining about the episodes, we should talk about the next one. So let's head into predictions. Yeah, sound cues.
And now, your AfterBuzz
That's
TV.
green.
It should have been like red and blue. SVU.
Yeah.
Dun, dun.
Awesome. So in the promo for next week, I wrote it all down.
How's that?
Sorry.
They find Quaaludes, and then the titling says he started in the 70s, too powerful to stop. And then she says to him, "You drugged me. You enjoyed it. I was unconscious." And then Benson says he's a billionaire with unlimited resources. And then to some guy that we don't know, she says, "Why are you protecting him?" That is the promo. Boom.
Is this a little maybe Trump-esque?
I actually think this is more Cosby.
Well, yeah, but didn't we? Oh no, we didn't get Cosby. We got the one last season? We thought it was Cosby, but it was actually the other guy, the white
The
actor.
other one.
Which one, Stephen Collins?
Yes.
So they've been sprinkling Cosby throughout, it feels. And I definitely thought that from the way things were going, they were going to wait till Cosby ended to, or at least like went to court
But
to
for her
do
to
the
say,
story.
"Why are you protecting him?" I wonder if she's saying that to.
To some young, no, she says it to some young, or at least in the promo, it looks like she's saying it to some young white guy that we don't know.
I think it's the assistant.
Yeah. But we had the like producer whose son was the assistant that protected him while he raped women. Nobody remembers
Yeah,
that?
I mean,
that's
400
true.
episodes. That's kind of hard to like, but not really.
No,
like
because-
there's news stories that
Yeah,
you could
that's
just
the
pull
thing
from,
is we
like-
complained, I think, at the beginning of this season or at the end of last
Yeah,
season that we were like, there are too many ripped from the headlines. These are just clearly stories that are happening. And now we're complaining, why aren't these original or why aren't these more creative? And I kind of feel like we have so much terrible stuff in the real world. Let's just use that. It's crazy.
I mean, honestly.
I mean, I want to see a real Cosby episode. And if this is what it is, I can't wait.
I predict this is not going to be that one.
No?
I think it's going to tease us again.
You
Because they're
think-
really good at teasing us with
Yeah.
because like you said last week, this episode last night, I thought it was going to be the mom was like a whore,
Yeah.
whatever she is. Like that was the nightlife
I
that
thought
she was
a
going to have.
partier, but she
Yeah.
just had a party.
Yeah. And an
Well,
oopsie happened.
But even like so, last week's episode, the promo for that one made it seem like
Carisi might
what
die?
is about, yeah, like
Yeah.
what's about, or like Liv like up against the car, like
Yeah.
this dramatic thing.
Yeah.
It's like you watch it and you're like, okay, 3 minutes of that was awesome, and then what happened with the rest of the episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, all these clips that they're showing are probably gonna be the best parts of the actual episode.
No.
I mean, I hope it's a good one. Like, I hope there's a lot of twists, but I don't think there's gonna be that many twists in this one.
I just really hope
Straightforward.
the scene where she says to him, "You drugged me," and he said, "You enjoyed it," and she says, "I was unconscious." I really hope that's not at the end when she's like wearing a wire. That would like kill me.
Oh yeah, It
'Cause
needs
we've
to be-
done that.
Yeah, it needs to be a little deeper than that.
We did that with the uncle who was the dentist, and we did it with the rich guy who.
And the Bubba sauce thing too, right?
Oh, and the Bubba sauce thing too. It was brown sugar. And then we did it also in the one where they went into the world of like body modifications. No, the one where they went into the Alice in Wonderland water tower, where the girl and the rich guy, and it was the piano player from the other episode. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, I'm so right. It's so exciting. Sorry. Three episodes in my head. God, I love this show so much.
I love you.
I love you. I love
And
you
the
too.
show.
Roya.
Oh, yay. Love,
Just a love
guys.
fest in here, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, Roya, for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
We know you love SVU, but where can people
do.
keep up with you during the week?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at HeyRoya. That's HeyRoya.
And Jesse.
Everywhere DJ Jesse J, no I.
Oh,
No I.
no I. There's no I in Jesse.
Nope.
I'm Yael Tygiel. You can find me everywhere at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. Also on plenty of after shows here at AfterBuzz.
I was gonna say Plenty of Fish. I was like, oh wow, we're like just posting it on up.
Not on Plenty of Fish, not on any dating app. And if you were following me on Twitter last night, you'll see why. Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Dun, dun.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.